Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second episode in my new YouTube channel, Frequency as a Love Language, and the puppy just popped up here, so you might see her. I'm Rachel Honey. I am your host, and today's episode, I want to tell you my journey. Maybe. Again, as I said in the first video in the housekeeping section, this is a free channel right now. I just have so much information and knowledge that I want to share with you guys because I know it's going to help. Eventually, you won't have to hear everything. But I did want to share a little bit today about my journey. And so I am 44 years old. I am married. I was married at 20. So that puts me, I've been married almost 24 years. I have two boys that are my boys. My oldest is 23. He actually lives he does not live in my house. He actually lives with another roommate. He's in a long-term relationship. He's doing really well now. That wasn't always the case. He is retired Army. He has severe PTSD from the Army that we have kind of had to work through over the last couple of years. But he has been able to pick himself back up. He has been able to work through things on his own. Again, as I said, he's got a solid relationship. I think coming up on a year now. And we love her. We've known her for years and years and years and years. He is actually in culinary school right now doing amazing. He's on the president's list at culinary school. He's got a 4.0. And he's got a solid job at a restaurant here that he's actually had since he was 16. And it's a small family-owned seafood place here. And he's family. He's family. And so that's really cool. My youngest boy is 21. He still lives at home with us, but he is in college, computer software, I think, something having to do with computers. And amazing. I have two amazing boys. I am also a surrogate mother. I have two twins that live in New York. They are girl-boy twins, and they will turn 17 this year. So that is super duper duper cool. However, way back then, we went on this chronic pain journey and this weight gain journey from having children. I had 4 children, 3 pregnancies, 4 children. There was some weight that was gained, and there was some significant chronic pain. I had horrific chronic pain for pretty much the entire time I worked in corporate America. About 20 years worth. So kind of moving on, I did work in corporate America for many, many, many years. I have done everything. I worked for 2 different major industries. I worked in leasing. And we like to joke we leased everything from ashtrays to airplanes. But I really kind of handled more of the finance side of leasing with the office equipment. So computers, copy machines, fax machines, telephone systems, all the things that a business needs to run a business. They usually leased it through the company that I was working for. And I moved around and ended up working in their large client division. So I think it was you either had to have 20 locations or your bill had to be divided up into like 20 different kind of locations, meaning it required much more intricate billing than the systems could build, or it was a $2 million account plus. I left and kind of stayed home for a little bit just because I got burnt out and then had to go back to work. So went back into another corporate job. This one was staffing though, so it was a little less soul sucking, at least I thought at the time. Started out pulling checks and ended up director of the project management team. So a long way, a lot of things along the course of everything that I did. And basically in that 20 years, I learned how not to treat people. I had some crappy managers. Great people, crappy managers. I love them. I'm still friends with some of them. Some of them, not all of them. Crappy managers. So this kind of took us, down this pain and this path. And in 2015, I found FSM, frequency specific microcurrent. My practitioner was actually the wife of the surgeon who fixed my husband's back the first time. So everything just kind of comes around, and I got connected with her. And so we were doing FSM, and I was getting better. Things were happening. I was getting better. I was getting in less pain. I started a new job in 2017. It was another staffing company, but it was a smaller staffing company, and it was not based here where I live. It was based out of Philadelphia, so it was my first true, actual 100% remote job. I did not have a desk anywhere to go and sit at. So it was nice, and it was better, but it was still, it was what it was. In 2017, I was attuned to Reiki, even though I didn't have a license, because I didn't know you needed a license in my state to actually perform Reiki. So I had already kind of started down my spiritual path. I've been with crystals forever at this point. And as I'm going through the abysmal unemployment process, which I know I've already touched on. And I do want to go back. I do want to mention that during that time period with FSM, I also learned a lot about the disease that I have. I have Hashimoto's, which is a thyroid disease. And in learning and researching and talking with other people that had it, I realized that I was probably gluten intolerant. And so I went gluten-free for 2 entire years. Better diet, not a great diet, better diet, just no gluten. For 2 solid years, I lost 104 pounds. I used to be there's a whole nother person here that's not here anymore. And not that weight loss is my journey, but weight loss absolutely, in addition with the FSM, helped with the chronic pain. And so now I would not tell you that I'm a chronic pain person, but I would tell you that I do have flares occasionally. All right, so back to the abysmal unemployment. I decided not to go back to corporate America, and I decided that I wanted to join up with my mentor and use FSM and help so many people. And it didn't really quite pan out the way that I wanted it to pan out. I went to massage therapy school. I got a massage therapy license. I am licensed to do Reiki and FSM on people now. I do keep up my massage therapy license even though I don't massage. Because, however, of COVID, my mentor kind of, I guess, went off on a different path and wasn't really around much to do the mentoring that we thought we were going to get. So I rented a room for a while, and I did FSM in the room, and it was really nice and it was cool, but I had like 1 or 2 clients because, again, I'm not massaging. Everybody wants massages. Nobody knows what FSM is. So I started researching quantum healing and using tools remotely. I know you can do it with Reiki. I know you can do it with crystal healing. Why can't we do it with FSM? Why has nobody tried to do this yet? So that's kind of what I did. I threw myself into researching quantum healing, growing my energetic abilities, my energetic tools in my toolkit. I did certification, so I am certified in FSM. I did color therapy certification. I did Ho'oponopono certification. I did EFT tapping certification and chakra certification. So last year I tried so many things. Nothing was sticking. I would get bookings and I would freak out and try everything that I could to cancel that booking because I was scared. I had imposter syndrome. I would work on the trauma. I would try to put it down. I would think that I had cleared everything, but then something else would come up and that trauma would come right back up to the surface and there'd be a new lesson that needed to be learned. So this is what got me to here and to today, where I'm sharing with you. So you can live a balanced life and still have stressors and triggers. So let's think about that for a minute. Balance. Balance. Good, bad. Balance. You have to have two sides of a coin to be balanced. So there is always a positive side. There is always a negative side. So when you focus on the positive, focus on the positive, focus on the positive, you're gonna bring in a lot of negative because you're focusing on one half of a whole. Okay, so balance is one of my biggest things. There are going to be stressors. There are going to be triggers. The way that you deal with them and keep yourself balanced is what's going to help you to elevate yourself. When I say balanced, I don't always mean positive. I don't always mean negative. I don't always mean happy. We can't always be one of those things, or we're not balanced. If we're trying to strive for happiness always and only, I guarantee you there's a lot of sadness and upset that keeps getting in the way, and you're just frustrated. Why? I'm focusing here. Why? I'm focusing here. Because you've got to have balance. You have to let that bad or that negative come in, absorb, feel it, learn from it, and let it go. And then the next time it comes in, it's either not going to impact you as badly or at all. Balance. So I want to leave you with some information. Practice and patience. Practice and patience. It does not come overnight. And if you watched my first video, you saw that there was that Scorpio sun. Practice and patience does not come naturally to Scorpio suns, but you have to do it. You can't skip. You cannot just skip through this part of the healing process. You must do it. Patience and practice. Don't bottle things up. Patience and practice. Do it daily. Find an energy routine, even if it's 3 minutes daily. Do it every day, no matter what. And then in those tougher moments, you remember those energy tools in your toolkit, and you can calm this faster. You can not blow up and explode. You can see things from other perspectives a little bit easier. Ground, release, and connect. I know I've said that quite a few times. And eliminate negative self-talk. Huge for me. Eliminate negative self-talk about yourself. Oh, shoot, I shouldn't have done that. I'm such an idiot. No, you're not. You're really not. When you tell yourself that, your subconscious starts to believe that you are. And it's not. It's no negative self-talk. Not to you, not to others, not to your children. Nobody. You don't need the negative self-talk. You can talk without the negative in there. Ah, shoot! I knew better, because I did know better. Don't know what happened. I knew better. Something happened. But I'm not an idiot. I'm not stupid. My kid's not an idiot. My kid's not stupid. Patience, practice, and it'll come to you. So that's it for today. This was just a little bit about my journey. I can't wait to jump into the next series of videos and start explaining and talking through all of the different modalities and frequency items that I use. So thank you for watching today. Again, I am Rachel Honey. You can find me on Facebook. I do have a private Facebook group that I do urge you to join. It is free and easy to get into right now, but it probably won't always be. I try to do weekly readings, and I put a lot more information into that group that comes in here, because there's more than just the videos that come in. So that private group is Frequency as a Love Language. Please join, share, like, comment, get this out so that other people can hopefully benefit from my knowledge. If you need to reach me, you can email me at frequencyasaLoveLanguage@gmail.com. And until next time, I'm Rachel Honey, and keep it frequent.